Over the past couple of years, affordable smartphone category has garnered a lot of attention in India's smartphone market. These devices offer flagship specs at almost half the price of actual flagships. While the OnePlus 6 is the de facto choice for anyone looking for a smartphone in this segment, what if we tell you that it's not the best smartphone under Rs 40,000? Meet LG's latest flagship, the G7 ThinQ, which slays the flagship killer and other devices in the same segment in more ways than one. Here are 7 things the G7 ThinQ brings to the table that other smartphones don't. Reason number 1 to buy the LG G7 ThinQ is the form factor. Now, most smartphones today ship with a unique aspect ratio of 18:9, which lends them a tall display and a narrow frame. But the LG handset goes a step further and comes with an aspect ratio of 19.5:9, which makes it slightly taller and narrower. What this means is that compared to say a OnePlus 6, the G7 ThinQ will be a lot more comfortable to use and operate with just a single hand. Well, if you don't want to be that guy, then you should probably invest in the LG G7 ThinQ, as the smartphone comes with IP68 certification, making it impervious to damage from water. In fact, forget small spills of water, the G7 ThinQ can operate under harsh weather conditions thanks to the smartphone's military standard 810G rating. A smartphone's display is your window to the world, and therefore, you should expect nothing but the best in terms of the quality of the panel. Well, LG's G7 ThinQ has the competition beat here as well, as the phone ships with a 6.1-inch Quad HD Plus display, which makes the images and text pop. Moreover, the smartphone's display is compliant with the mobile HDR platform too. So if you watch a lot of shows on Netflix, then you will be able to get the best possible quality from the G7 ThinQ screen. Oh, and one more thing. The G7 ThinQ's display gets audaciously bright. I'm talking 1000 nits for up to 5 minutes here. So it's basically like carrying a tiny sun in your pockets. Many smartphones come with dual cameras these days, but mostly the secondary sensor is a telephoto lens or a monochrome lens, which rarely ever gets used. With the G7 ThinQ, however, you get dual 16MP shooters, with the secondary shooter being a wide-angle lens, allowing you to capture a wider frame without having to take a step back or changing the camera's position. Additionally, the smartphone is a godsend for aspiring YouTubers, as it comes with a manual video mode, which lets you change the focus manually or record videos with the HDR10 codec. How many times have you had to delete stuff from your phone to make room for newer movies, videos or music? Well, with the G7 ThinQ, you will no longer have to go through the same hassle again. That's because the smartphone comes with 128GB of built-in memory, which can be further expanded up to 2TB by popping in a microSD card. Unlike most Android flagships, the G7 ThinQ still ships with a headphone socket, and a fantastic one at that. Much like most other flagships from LG, the G7 ThinQ also comes with a 32-bit quad DAC, which will take your music listening experience to a whole new level, provided you pair it with the right set of earphones. On days when you don't feel like plugging in your earphones, the G7 ThinQ's fantastic speaker has you covered. It is a mono-firing unit, but it sounds much louder and clearer than most stereo speaker setups. To achieve this, LG is using the entire smartphone's body as a resonance chamber, which amplifies the sound when the smartphone is laid flat on a surface. I guess your Bluetooth speaker will be gathering dust once you get the LG G7 ThinQ. Well, what else? With the G7 ThinQ, you'll get top-of-the-line features. Qualcomm's high-end Snapdragon 845 processor, 6GB of RAM, a dedicated button to turn on the Google Assistant, you name it, the phone has it. But all these premium features must come at a cost, right? Well, you can pick up the LG G7 ThinQ for Rs 40,000, which is the same as other flagship killers. Only this time, you don't have to settle on features.